everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is currently Thanksgiving. As you can tell, I'm wearing my Thanksgiving turkey. But I had promised y'all a video of what I have learned and what I'm kind of starting to figure out about my body. And I'm also going to talk to you about something that I am looking into right now, getting done. I actually have a meeting with someone special next week. But anyway, let's go ahead and start off with what I've kind of been noticing since the end of the shred, which was the April shred, or March shred, April shred. I think it's the April shred is what it technically was. That ended in June. And then June we went into reverse. And then we stayed in it until September, I think it was 9th or 11th, this shred started. But anyway, so I ended that shred at 243 pounds. And I'm going to insert some photos here of my end of shred pictures. And I was feeling good. We went to the beach. Everything was going great in the reverse. During that reverse specifically, Nicole was still going up the 5 pounds in maintenance fluctuation. I know now she's starting to do 3 pounds maintenance fluctuation, which she can better explain that more than I can. You know, I'm not skilled in that stuff. But during that time, I was doing great. I went on vacation, living my best life. Was putting on a ton of muscle, getting stronger and stronger in the gym. That's actually when I hit my PR of 70-pound dumbbell presses. I'll insert a video here if y'all didn't see it. I got them for 5 reps. I was actually able to do them in Vegas again for 3 reps. Hadn't done them since the beginning of September. I stopped doing shoulder presses with dumbbells in September. Meanwhile, at this time, I'm still going to Planet Fitness, right? So I'm kind of limited on certain movements, limited on weights. And I also, at that point in time, had started my goal of getting my first pull-up. I started doing the training right then and there. I even worked on it when I was at the beach and everything like that. Going into the end of that reverse, we had about 6 weeks left until the shred, right? During that 6 weeks, I had ended the reverse up around 5 pounds. So I got down to 243 at the end of that. And I was up around 250-ish, 257, 250-ish. In that time, I was going back in the data and it kind of like went within those weights on average. So that's why I'm kind of like, it's hard to tell you it was 247 or 250 because it was really in between. So anyway, I went in and I stayed at the same calories. I did not raise my calories. I did not do a thing, but I was training super hard. I still was doing some cardio. I wasn't doing cardio every single day because I don't do cardio every single day when I'm in a reverse. So I was kind of doing it, you know, living my best life, not going bonkers, but having, you know, my date nights on Saturday. Sorry, this hair right here, y'all, has been driving me crazy. Like, you know, you have to keep your hair up while you're cooking and stuff. So, but anyways, sidetrack. I had been doing everything normal and I started noticing that my scale kept just going up and up and up and up. And I could not, for the life of me, hone in on what was going on. I was talking to Nicole. I was like, what's going on? Like, you know, telling her everything that was going. And she was like, let's try not putting so many carbs at night. Try that. She was like, eat more of your calories in the morning time. Tried that, right? Tried everything. And I was like, okay, you know what? It is what it is. We're about to start the shred, you know, type of thing. So I started this shred in September out at 260, which is what I started the April shred at. So 260 to 243 is what I lost in the April shred. Kind of not necessarily gained it all back because there was a muscle difference between those time periods, which I will show you right here. The start of the shred versus the end of the last shred. You can tell, obviously, I'm holding way more fat in my stomach. I'm holding a little bit more fat in my face, like a little bit more puffier. But the difference is in my back and my quads and kind of biceps. I didn't take a flexing bicep, which I really get so mad at myself sometimes that I don't take certain poses earlier. Like I try to take the poses I do now and compare them to like my very first shreds and stuff, and they're not comparable because they're not the same poses. Like I just now learned how to pose for a hamstring and glute picture because Crystal, my trainer, taught me how, which thank you. I told her, I was like, I don't know how to see growth. Like she taught me, you know, how to pose and stuff like that, which I'll be having those photos now from here on out because I am working with her for the glute and hamstring stuff. So anyway, like I said, I'll have those two photos of the end of the April shred at 243 and the beginning of the September one, which is where I was at 260. So I kind of went into that one really, you know, kind of just like, oh, like if you watch my first videos of the shred, I was just, you know. So the first week was really good. I think I would have to go back and I'll put it in a card if I'm mistaken. But the first week I lost 4 pounds of the shred. And I was like, okay, this is going good. Oh, my calories. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. I ended maintenance at 3,500 calories. Okay. So here's kind of a timeline. I'm sorry I keep interrupting the whole story, but let me start the timeline off. The very, 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 very first shred I ever did, September 2023, I cut at 1,900 calories. That reverse, I went to 2,800 calories. The next shred, I cut at 2,148. The next reverse, I was at 3,500. The next shred was 2,168. It was only 20, I think, if I can do math properly, 20 calorie up from the last cut. Then went into maintenance for the reverse right before this September shred at 3,500 calories. And I've been topping out at 3,500 calories, which it's not 3,500 calories staying the same weight. It's 3,500 calories with 5 pound, like, you know, the 5 pound fluctuation thing. So anyway, this shred, this September shred, I told Nicole, I need to get this weight off. I need to get it off. I need to go hard. This needs to be one of the hardest, not the hard, like insane, but it needs to be like a pretty severe deficit for me. She was like, yes, I got you, but we're going to be safe with it, you know, type of thing. Cool. Because she's always got your back. Nicole's always got your back. If you're in any of her programs, always got your back. Always got your best, like, what am I trying to say? The words. Sorry, guys. It's the afternoon, but I wanted to talk to y'all because I got some free time while the kids are outside playing. But she's always got your best interests at heart. That's what I'm trying to think. And she genuinely cares. Like, she doesn't sugarcoat it. She puts it straight to you, you know, that type of thing. So she cut me to 2418. Yeah, 2418. And that's what I, you know, had started the shred out at. And the first week, great. Second week, 0, goose egg. Third week, goose egg. Fourth week, 0.5. And like at this point, I'm like, you know, like super upset. Like, I'm like, what is going on? My body wasn't responding. My body was just pissed off and I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, Nicole, something's got to change. This is unacceptable. You know, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, I'm really upset with my body. I don't know what's going on. So at 4 weeks is when, if you're having issues or you're having, like problems with your macros and stuff, she's able to evaluate, because you do check-ins weekly, right? So she's able to evaluate. So anyway, she evaluates it and she comes back and she goes, I lowered your calories. Oh, in the meantime, oh, I'm so sorry. I skipped over one of the main things. I started out the first 2 weeks doing cardio for 20 minutes of the Stairmaster every single day I trained. So 4 times a day, 20 minutes, 10,000 steps, all that, yada, yada, yada. She upped after the second week and nothing was really progressing. She upped my cardio 10 more minutes to, like, instead of doing, so it was, I was doing 100 minutes. What's 20 times 5? Y'all, I'm so sorry. 20 times 5 is 100. So I was doing 100 minutes of cardio. She upped it to 110. I went ahead and just upped it up because I can't do uneven days of cardio. So I just made it 30, 30, 30. Or, I'm sorry, 25, 25, 25. Again, I'm so sorry. So I did 25, 25, 25, which made it 20 extra minutes instead of 10 extra minutes. But anyway, nothing was working because we thought maybe upping the cardio would help burn more calories, burn more fat and everything. Didn't work. So she lowered my calories down to 2148. I didn't do anything. I think I lost that week 1.2 or 1.3 that week. And then the rest of the weeks, nothing. Not an ounce. So basically I ended the shred at 255-ish, around that area. It wasn't a big difference at all. Like when I came back from Vegas, I'm not gonna lie, like I ate my calories, but I was just like, screw the scale, I don't want to weigh. So that whole like 2 weeks after Vegas, which was the end of the shred, I didn't even step on the scale until the very end. Like I ate my calories, but I didn't overeat my calories or anything. Like I wasn't like giving up on the shred. I just didn't want to weigh. So I don't have any evidence from that because I was just so frustrated with my body and everything. And so then, as y'all know, I did the next 4 weeks again. And I added on, I ended up just doing 3 instead of 4 after talking with a lot of people. So I did those 3 weeks. Nothing happened, y'all. Not a single thing happened. And I just ended up pouring my heart out to my trainer, Crystal, and just kind of telling her what was going on, how I was feeling. And I just felt really beat up, really just down, just really hard on myself. I mean, I have goals and I have what I want, and I'm so tired of working my butt off for nothing, right? And she was like, I need you to come out of this. I need you to come out of this cut. She was like, I need you to start upping your calories. I'm not paying her to do my macros or anything like that. So like, she was just like, I know you're doing it on your own because like, I didn't join the reverse. So she's like, I know you're doing it on your own. You need to do it. You need to start upping them. So I started upping my calories, and y'all, hand on the Bible, ever since I've upped my calories, the scale has gone doot, 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 doot. It's gone down. I have lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds since upping my calories. I am up to 3,500 calories right now. I just kept upping them like crazy. Just upping them. I'm already at 3,500 calories and I'm still losing weight. That is the most I have ever ate in maintenance. And I was up during that time of maintenance eating. So basically, after talking, kind of like going back through my journal of what I've learned, I think this is what happened. And I could be completely wrong, but it's my body, it's how I feel, and it's how I've seen my body respond. I think what happened is during the April shred, I lost a lot of body fat. If you look, my stomach was looking good. Everything was looking good, but your girl had not a lot of muscle on her back. My legs, are always muscular, but they weren't as defined, and I wasn't carrying as much muscle on my quads and hamstrings like I am now. So, given that, and then during that time frame from June until September, I feel like I put on a ton of muscle. And it was muscle from the pull-ups and stuff like that. Yeah, and some fat came with it. I can't help that around my midsection. Like, it's just where I know certain people have fat that goes to certain places. Mine goes to my neck and to my stomach first. That's where I'm gonna hold my weight. My mom is the same way, and my nanny is the exact same way. She gets so mad when she puts on weight. She's like, I'm as big around as I am tall, because she's short. She's a little half Native American, but she's so funny. But I hold most of my weight in my midsection, which I do believe is some hormonal, and it could be genetics too, but that's what I'm going to get into later. But anyways, so it's always been super hard for me to look at photos and be happy with photos, because I mentioned in my last video, the video that I talked about having when I did my new photos. Golly, how many times can I say photos? I had mentioned that, Crystal told me look at sections instead of a photo in a whole, because you get so upset as soon as you see your stomach. So that's what I started doing. And now I'm more comfortable with it because I know that all the fat everywhere else is going away. Yes, my stomach is probably going to be the last to go. It just is what it is. And I even notice now, like, my face is a lot slimmer right now. I'm feeling slimmer. Like Crystal, I walked into the gym Tuesday and she was like, you look so much more lean right now than you have for a while. And I think, like I said, I built all that muscle. And when we go into a cut, our body wants to hold on to that muscle. Like, we want to hold on to the muscle and release fat, but we have to have enough calories to keep that muscle. And I think what happened is yes, I was at 3,500 calories, and yes, Nicole did the deficit that we had asked for, but I think for how much muscle I had on my body, that was not the accurate data. And that is not Nicole's fault. That is nobody's fault. Nicole's not here pinching my waist, pinching my muscles, and doing densities or anything like that. It's a live and learn thing. That's why all these macro things are a live and learn. Like, I think that, you know, that's one thing that is so cool about all of this is just learning different body types, learning different people's, you know, response to things. People can respond to carbs. People can respond to fats, different things. And it's just, it's so neat to see. But I truly in my heart think that I was way too low for what my body needed, and nobody would have known that. Like, it's just what we had to play around with. Now we know going into future stuff. But because of that, my body freaked out, created a lot of cortisol, which makes you, you know, retain fat and stuff like that, because I was stressing myself out with more cardio. I was stressing myself out, killing myself in the gym. I was stressing myself out mentally, you know, and stuff like that. And I think that's what really, really played a huge part in what was going on during that time. So after knowing that and watching my body right now transform with more calories, it's making more and more sense to me. So let's go ahead and move into what the future holds and what all this means and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. Okay, so also I'm putting these little dramatic cuts in because CapCut now like won't let me upload videos like into it that are more than like 8 minutes long. So I'm like having to like stop the recording. But anyways, so moving forward, after talking with Nicole, talking to Crystal, talking to my mom, I don't know, and y'all please don't kill me and please don't be upset. I'm doing this for me. And I'm hopefully through going through what I'm going through, going to be able to help teach y'all and help y'all learn that, you know, we've got to listen to our bodies. We've got to respect our bodies, and we've got to know when it's time to push and when it's not time to push. And I've already signed up for the January shred. I've already mentally, you know, said that I was going to, but hear me out. I don't, nor does Nicole, nor does Crystal think that it's a good idea for me to go into that cut. My body right now is just now responding properly to calories. And that cut coming up later in next year, the big long one, that one's going to take a lot out of my body. And right now, I don't think that it's a good idea, especially with my liver stuff going on, which I have blood work on the 9th. So fingers crossed everything comes back. I don't think it's a good idea. I think that it's time for me to take a break. I've got plenty of time. You know, Crystal kind of put it in perspective because I've got some goals. I don't want to share those with y'all quite yet. I want to do that for New Year's. But I've got some big goals for 2025. I've got some big goals for 26, 27. I'm literally tearing up thinking about them. I have some big goals, y'all. And taking care of myself, making sure that my body is okay, that my body's coming back to normal, that my body's stabilizing. I need to find a good maintenance, y'all. This whole yodi, you know, type thing, like, I need to find my good maintenance. I need to stay at that maintenance. And even if I found it in the next couple of weeks, I would only be at it for 3 weeks and then be going into the hardest cut I've ever done in my life. So says Nicole. So I'm very worried about pushing my body and doing something stupid. Now, here's the other flip that I've got to work hard on. And one thing that I've mentally got to get prepared for. I have always, every single time I've reversed or stayed in maintenance, my thing that keeps me sane and not worried about the fluctuation of weight gain has been, you've got a cut coming up in 6 weeks. You've got a cut coming up in 6 weeks. I always had a fail safe for just in case something went awry, which it never really did, except for that June one that I can't figure out. I always had a fail safe. Okay? I'm not going to have a fail safe this time. I've got to figure it out for myself, keep myself accountable, which I can. And I've got to learn and grow and know that I can trust myself and I don't need a cut to save me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to rely on that anymore. So it's kind of like a release, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, I'm going to trust myself. I'm going to empower myself. I'm going to get myself strong. I'm going to put on so much more muscle. Like, y'all, and never trying to brag, but my back is night and day, y'all. Like, I don't think I've compared it against the end of the April shred, but let me just show you the April shred versus now back photos and stuff. Like, is that not crazy? And like quads and all that type of stuff is crazy. Yes, I look slimmer, in the stomach and stuff, but man, the fleshiness on my back and the fleshiness on my legs and stuff, it's not there, y'all. It's like, you've got to quit focusing on one area, and that one area is my stomach. Like, I know it's going to happen. Eventually, it's going to start coming off. I know that. I know that. You know what I mean? So, also, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I am meeting with I don't know the technical term, but she's a nurse, but she works for like companies that helps you like with supplements and not like, steroids. That ain't what I'm doing, y'all. Miss me with that. It's basically a lady, her name's Heather. I'm going to be meeting with her, and so is Alex, because y'all, Alex has been working his butt off. Nicole's had him in a bulk for a while, and he's just not seeing what he wants to see, and I think he has some testosterone issues. So we're going to get him tested for testosterone, and for me, I'm going to get a full female workup done. It's a panel that you have to order through these specific people because insurance doesn't cover anything besides a physical blood work, meaning like, the lipid panels and stuff like that. This one you have to go, what you do is you meet with her, you tell her all your issues. She builds a panel of stuff that she wants to test. Like, I'm going to get her to test stuff for cortisol. I'm going to get her to test stuff for my anxiety. I'm going to get her to test stuff for my sleep and everything like that. And it's a full workup panel. It's going to test my estrogen, my testosterone, my thyroid, all of that. Because I also want to make sure I'm good on that end. Like, if anything when my liver has taught me anything is I need to keep an eye on everything. So that's kind of my gift to me and Alex is we're going to get full workup panels. We're going to get help in areas that we may need help in and stuff like that. Because that's one thing I've also noticed. And the reason why I ended up getting this done was I was telling Crystal that, yes, I've started upping my calories, but nothing else has come back. Like, normally when you get into a shred, your sex drive goes down. You're tired all the time, super lethargic, tired, like don't want to get up. You're just mentally spaced out. Your brain's all foggy. Just a lot of different stuff that comes with it. Irritability, especially for me, it's irritability, like keeping myself in check, type of a thing. And normally when I go into the reverse, within like a couple of weeks, all that starts coming back, right? It hasn't started coming back at all yet. I literally am 2 weeks into higher calories. Technically 3, because that last third week of that shred, I started already upping it. Like I told y'all, I was at 2,800 that week. So about 3 weeks in, I'm at 3,500 calories and I'm still wanting to lay on the floor dead tired. I still have a really quick temper for stuff and I'm not even near my, time of the month. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that is supposed to be coming back that's not coming back. And I think it's from overburning my body during that shred. I need to get myself healthy. And when I was telling Crystal all that, she was like, I really want you to get a blood panel done. And so that's what I'm going to be doing to get that back. I'm going to be meeting with her on the 3rd. And then we'll go from there. I'll update y'all in another video when I'm going to get the blood. Because you also have to go to a specific blood place for them to draw it. It's not like your regular doctor can draw that blood for you. So I'm going to go there. And I'm going to get that stuff done whenever she builds the panel that she wants me to get done. And I'll definitely share all this with y'all. I think it'd be really neat, especially if you're struggling with something like that, to know. Because, as females, I feel like we always kind of put ourselves on the back burner. And I feel like, especially going through all this and losing weight and stuff, I do want to make sure my hormones stay proper. Because I know some people that lose drastic amounts of weight can mess up their hormones. I don't want that. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want all that. So, and also some hormones can cause you to, yes, build muscle, but be very, very hard for you to lose body fat. And I want to make sure that that's not what's happening now. Okay. So I just want to take care of myself, make sure I'm good, make sure the hubby's good, make sure everybody's good. That's all we want to do. But, I just kind of wanted to share this with y'all, the whole thing of what I thought happened, ever since the end of the last shred. And, April and all that type stuff. I hope y'all understand where I'm coming from. I also hope that if you're going through anything that I'm going through, please, 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 please journal. Journal it, because that's what I went back to look at through all this time, was like, what was I feeling? What was going on? How was I, reacting? What kind of muscles was I building? Also, I am so sorry. I neglected to mention the whole fact that I switched gyms in that shred too. In the September shred, I started going to my new gym, and they have more equipment. I was able to put on more muscle. I literally built more muscle during a shred than I ever have. And I'm not technically supposed to build muscle during a shred. So it's been very eye-opening. It's been very, just a great learning experience. But my mom mentioning the fact that I should journal has changed everything, because I was able to go back and look at how I felt, what was going on. How was I dealing with certain stuff? How did my weights go up that week? What was kind of, evolving? And if y'all remember, also around the start of the shred is when I had that insanely painful period day where I literally almost passed out multiple times in the gym. I mean, that kind of worries me too. You know what I mean? Like that happened type of thing. So all this, all in all, this is all just gathering information to learn from and put forward in my journey. This is a journey. This is what we're on in life. But I hope that this kind of opens your eyes a little bit to what I was going through during this time period, what was kind of happening with my body. I know I can only show y'all a little bit throughout the days. It's a little crazy around here, but I just hope opening up and showing what I went through could possibly help you. And if you are going through what I'm going through, just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, of course, always. And just keep pushing, keep learning, keep asking questions. Because I asked everybody, like Nicole, Crystal, my mom, like different people at the gym that, I've made friends with. Like just reaching out and grabbing, information from everywhere and kind of deciphering what's right for me. Because at the end of the day, it has to be right for you, not right for everybody else. We're all different. We're all snowflakes, not in the weak version of snowflakes. But yeah, it's truly been amazing. It really, really has. But this video is getting long, and I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all have a great night, day, whatever time it is. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and go Dogs, because it's Georgia Tech, and oh gosh, we can't, y'all. We can't. Oh, anyways, peace, guys.